There was a time when my food controlled my thoughts. I felt guilty after eating certain foods. I felt like I couldn't eat a piece of chocolate without feeling that guilt. And I thought I had to be perfect to be healthy. That you couldn't eat a sweet treat. But everything changed for me when I learned what food freedom truly means. And today, I'm sharing with you how I stopped letting food control my life and how you can do the same. If you're new here, my name's Christina and I help with your fitness and nutrition journeys. And I was once controlled by food. I felt very controlled by food. I felt guilty if I ate a sweet, especially after I lost weight. You guys know my weight loss journey. If you don't know it, go back and watch it. I'll put it up here so that you can watch it. I felt very controlled. I felt very nervous around food. I felt scared around food. And if you're in that place right now, I can promise you it does get better. Do I still fall into that trap? Yes. Especially because I gained some of the weight back over the last couple of years with my toe injury and not being as mobile. I did gain some of it back, especially belly fat. It's all in my stomach and it does drive me crazy. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm perfect at food freedom and I'm perfect at letting those thoughts not control me. I'm not perfect, but I am learning and I'm getting better. And I have stopped the majority of those thoughts from controlling my everyday life. And what you're going to gain from this video is exactly that. I'm going to help you stop letting it control your everyday life. And maybe my story, what I've been through, can help one of you. So what it looked like with food controlling me in the past. Has anyone ever just constantly thought about food? Because I've been there. Before I lost the weight and even after, there was so much food noise. I wanted a snack constantly. I wanted food constantly, and there was this constant food noise, and sometimes there still is. And I have to learn how to block it out. And that is extremely challenging. I'm not gonna lie, it's extremely challenging to block out the food noise, but it's possible. I just started learning to, when I didn't feel hungry and I just ate and I was like, oh, I could eat again, I just started drinking water or distracting my mind with something else. And if that didn't work and I went through all of that for at least 30 minutes, then I allowed myself to actually eat something because I knew that I was actually hungry. Another thing that I used to do, and why I talk about it so much, is labeling foods good or bad. I would label foods good or bad all the time. And I still catch myself doing it sometimes, and I have to stop myself and tell myself, no, there's no good food, there's no bad food. Food is food. And food is fuel. And what I've started asking myself is, okay, is this going to fuel me? And if not, okay, let me have something that's going to fuel me, and then I can have whatever I'm craving. The other thing that I really struggled with is feeling guilty after eating. I would feel guilty eating a cookie. I would feel guilty eating whatever it is. But I've learned not to feel guilty. If I start to feel guilty, I'm like, no. This isn't it. We aren't to feel guilty here. We are to eat it and move on with our life. It's not going to hurt us. One cookie is not going to ruin every bit of progress that I've made or that you've made. Another thing that I struggled with is restriction. I would restrict foods. I would cut out foods. I would cut out sweets. I cut out sweets for months. That was miserable. And I will never do that again. And I've learned that you can still lose weight. You can still lose belly fat. You can still hit your fitness goals. I would stop restricting certain foods. I was restricting certain foods. I would start restricting sweets. I started restricting chips. I started restricting certain things that I thought was making me gain weight. So I stopped. And in hindsight, I wouldn't do that again. The next thing is fear of weight gain, which I've talked about multiple times already. Is the reason I was afraid of sweets, the reason I was afraid of certain foods is because I thought I was going to gain all the way back, which in hindsight isn't true, and I've learned that it's not true. One piece of candy, 2 pieces of candy is not going to make you gain all your weight back. 1 cookie is not going to make you gain all your weight back. Now, if that was all you were eating, yes, like it would. But if it's not all that you're eating, it's not going to make you gain all the way back. You can still have it. And the last thing that I struggle with is sometimes an all or nothing mindset. And that's not a healthy mindset to have. You need to have a variety. You need to have a open mindset with food. You need to have I can have this and it is okay to have this type mindset. So you may ask me like, okay, Christina, like that's where you were, but what was the turning point for you? What made you change? Honestly, the burnout from the word dieting, the burnout from eating salads all the time, the burnout from eating the same like few foods over and over and over again, the realization that even though I was restricting things, yes, I may have lost a little bit of weight restricting things, but what was I gaining from it? Really, in all honesty, what was I gaining from it? I wasn't getting much from it, I can tell you that. And learning about food freedom, when I started learning about food freedom, that really opened my eyes to, hey, you can eat whatever you want. Everything is on the table. You can have whatever you want. There's no restriction. There's no good or bad food. You can have what you want. That changed the game for me. And those cravings that I was having, because I was having cravings of the things that I was restricting, that stopped. The minute I told myself, hey, you can have this. It's okay to have this. Those feelings and those thoughts went away immediately. And I also wanted a healthier mindset. Not only learning about food freedom, I wanted a healthier mindset. I wanted the mindset that, hey, it's okay to have an ice cream sandwich. It's okay to have ice cream. It's okay to have whatever you want. It's perfectly normal. It's perfectly okay. I wanted balance. I wanted to say, hey, I can have the healthy foods. I can have the unhealthy foods. It doesn't matter. Because food is food and I can have anything that I want. And I wanted a healthier balance. And I wanted sustainability because I realized dieting doesn't last. You may want it to last. You may think that it's going to last. My friend, let me tell you, dieting does not last. It is a broken system that will fail every single time, and I had to realize that. In order to change, in order to live in food freedom, I had to realize that, hey, it's not gonna last. It's not gonna work, it's not gonna last, and I have to make the change. And this is when I realized food cannot control my life, and it shouldn't control my life. Now I want to share what food freedom actually means to me. It means eating any food without guilt. It means having the sweet treat when I want the sweet treat. It means that there are no good foods or bad foods, and I can have whatever I want whenever I want. And it means that I can have balance. I have the fruits, I have the veggies, I have the protein, but hey, I want a sweet treat, or I want a cracker, or I want whatever it is, Cheez-Its, whatever it is, hey, I can still have that. It means listening to your body, and I know there's a lot of like controversy over listening to your body, and I just want to say that listening to your body isn't a bad thing, because your body knows when it's hungry. Your body knows when it is deficient of something. Are you exhausted all the time? Well, maybe you're not getting enough protein in. Like, there are cues that your body has for you that as long as you know what those cues are, you can listen to them and know what your body needs. And if your body's telling you that, hey, it needs a cookie, that isn't necessarily true. Sometimes our brains can be deceiving, and you just have to be intuitive with your mind, with your brain, and kind of figure it out. In the beginning, I really support tracking, but over time you kind of learn like, hey, this is like the amount of protein I need, and I know how to get it in a day, and I don't have to track anymore. That's when intuitive eating can come into play. Intuitive eating should not come into play if you're a beginner or if you are on a fat loss or weight loss journey. I'm just putting that disclaimer out right now. It should not. And I should be putting those disclaimers like before now, but I haven't, and I'm so sorry that I haven't. But it should only happen when you are like confident in your tracking skills. It also means enjoying foods while still being healthy. You can have both. You can enjoy foods and you can still be healthy at the same exact time. Isn't that amazing? You can have both. And it also means having a sustainable lifestyle. Don't you want a sustainable lifestyle that's gonna last you for years and years to come? I know I do. I'm sure you do too. So here's how I stopped the cycle of letting food control my life. I stopped labeling foods good or bad. There are no more good foods, no more bad foods. Food is fuel and food is food. And there's no more cheat meals. It all fit in. If I want a sweet treat at the end of the night, I'm gonna eat it without the guilt. And the second thing is I allowed myself to eat what I enjoyed. I allowed myself to eat the foods that I enjoyed. That stopped every craving that I have. Yes, I still have cravings sometimes, but it really did eliminate a lot of the cravings, and it removed the obsession that I had around food and around the foods that I love. It really stopped like the obsession. Like I can eat it and be like, okay, I'm satisfied. Number 3 is I focused on balance instead of perfection. I ate protein, carbs, and fats, but I also had a little sweet treat after that. Step number 4, I listened to my hunger cues. When was I hungry? Am I hungry? Am I actually thirsty? Like, what am I? And I stop when I'm satisfied. Sometimes I overeat, and I'm trying to break that cycle. But I try to eat until I'm satisfied. And then I stopped like stressing over exercise and punishing myself with it. I work out because I love it and because I love how my body feels after I do it. So the things that changed were less stress around food, more energy, much better relationship with food. So much better. Like my relationship with food is 1,000 times better than it used to be. I stopped the binge and restrict cycles. No more binge and restrict. I have more confidence in myself. I had more consistent, healthier habits, and I'm enjoying life way more than I used to. So just a little bit of encouragement. You do not have to be perfect. Food is not the enemy. You can still be healthy and enjoy foods that you love. And your journey doesn't have to look like mine. It's going to be your journey. But I'm excited to see where you go with your journey. So I want you to tell me in the comments, have you ever struggled with food guilt? Let me know in the comments. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment any other videos that you'd like to see, subscribe to my channel, click that notification bell, and let's see how fast we can get me to 1,000 subscribers. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.